Hey guys, what's going on? So today I wanted to go over why the deadlift might be hurting your back, and I'm going to give you guys some video footage right now. As you can see, I'm deadlifting here, and what I wanted you to see is this is the correct way to deadlift. When you're deadlifting, you should be close to the bar, and you should also be nice and like neutral with your spine. You want to be pulling through your hamstrings, your glutes, and you want to be controlling the weight and stabilizing the weight with your back. That's the most important thing. Most people try to pull from their back, as you're going to see in the future attempts that I do in replicating the wrong ways of doing it, but you want to be pulling with your legs and your hips, and you want to be using your back to stabilize the motion. So pretty much as you see here, I'm just cleanly doing it. I have a slight tilt back because my hamstrings are so tightly engaged at the top that I have a slight tilt back. My knees are never locked out because it's either hamstrings or quads, guys, and I'm sorry, but a deadlift is for your hamstrings, so we're going to be squeezing the hell out of those, and you're going to be squeezing and driving your butt forward. Now, for those of you who do them wrong, or you feel like you're getting hurt when you're doing them, here are a couple of things that you might be doing without even noticing it. First off, there are the few people that have the bar way too far away from themselves, and although they have a good neutral spine, they're not able to drive their hips down as far on the weight, like on the starting position, as you can see here, and they have to pull the bar towards them in the air while they're lifting the motion up. Now, opposed to the before, what we were doing is we were keeping the bar nice and snug against our body so that the line of travel of the bar is really consistent. It's nice and straight up and down. It requires no extra muscle groups to be really engaged to a certain degree, and it keeps it nice and controlled so you don't feel any pain. This is a very common one I see. People will start with the bar way too far away from themselves, and they're pulling in the bar towards them. And what I'm noticing is the reason you're probably hurting your back with this, or your knees, or whatever you're hurting with this, is because you're disrupting your line of travel. First off, it's not a straight up and down. Now it's starting in the front and then it's curving back towards you at the end of the motion, and then you're recruiting your erector spine a lot. Like the lower lumbar area, that shouldn't be engaged that much. It's going to be engaged a lot during your exercise, but it shouldn't be having to assist the pulling in motion all too much when you're deadlifting off the floor. You want to be nice and close to the bar. Now, another thing that I've seen a lot of, and you've probably seen this a lot of at your gym as well, is the rounding of the back. This one hurts to look at, and it hurt like hell for me to do it, so I hope you guys appreciate me showing you. What you're doing here is, notice how my spine is not neutral anymore. It's really curved, really arched. It's like I'm a freaking, what am I doing, cat-cow in yoga? But anyways, you're lifting here, and now you're putting an overload of stress all on the lumbar because your whole upper back's disengaged to a very large extent, and you're stressing out the lower lumbar, and that's what's going to snap and bring it in, as you see at the top of the motion. It's really, honestly, this is one of the most common ones I've seen, and this is the one that's going to hurt you probably the most. I've seen people blow out their backs doing this, and it didn't sound too pretty. You can actually hear the disc popping in their back. So please, guys, if you're doing this and you're making a mountain out of your back, I really suggest you get really close, like I was showing you in the beginning, and you could rewind if you need to and then come back here. But like I said in the beginning, guys, you need to keep your back nice and neutral. Wherever you are at the bottom, your back should stay in that position. You want to have a nice neutral spine with an engaged lat, engaged rhomboids, and all of that jazz, so that you're keeping everything nice and tight for stabilization. Then you're lifting through your legs. That's the most important thing. Now, you're the fellow that's doing this, and you're getting so freaking, your butt's all the way up in the air, your arms are curled up like you're freaking tensing up your arms instead of your back, and then when you're pulling it up, you feel your shoulders tweaking, your neck's tweaking, your biceps are nagging, your forearms hurt like hell, and then suddenly your back kicks in as well. So, what I'm going to invite you to not do is this. You don't want to be bicep curling, you're deadlifting right now, so focus on the deadlift. You want your arms fully extended out, you want your back squeezed, not your biceps and shoulders, and let's keep that spine nice and neutral yet again, alright? Now this is the last one, and this is to the fellows that like to lock their knees back, and I don't know why the fuck you're doing this, but you need to get it through your head. When you're doing your deadlift, if you're lifting by squeezing your quads and driving your knees back, you're getting the whole entire wrong system here. You got the whole wrong concept. You should probably go back to deadlift school or wherever the fuck you came from, because when you're doing it like this, if you see what I'm doing, and it's hard for me to do this because I have the right movement patterns ingrained. I know I don't want to hurt my knees and I don't want to hurt my lower back because it doesn't want to scream because of all the loads that I'm putting on myself on a daily basis. But what I'm showing you here is this. You're you have a couple people that lock their knees back and they're squeezing their quads to get up. And when your quads are tight, most times, if not all times, your lower back tightens up and it clenches real hard, because that's the only thing that's going to keep you nice and neutral, because now your hips are locked because your quad's locked up, and when your hips are locked, your fucking lower back hurts, and because it's hurting because it's tensioning up and tightening up to keep you straight and in a line. Which, look guys, if you have this problem, especially for this one, like all the other ones are very easily correctable, with this one, this just means you have an overdominance with your quads. You shouldn't be doing the deadlift at this moment. You should be tending to the fact that you don't know how to engage your hamstrings, you don't know how to squeeze your ass, and you should really work on that before you even attempt at lifting the bar. Because if you can't squeeze your ass forward, if you can't squeeze your hamstrings forward, and you have to push your quads back, you're gonna be seeing a lot of knee problems and a lot of lower back problems with this exercise. So guys, I'm hoping you guys enjoyed the video, hoping you gained a little bit out of it, and if you didn't, go down in the description below. I have a blog posted about deadlifting, how to do it properly, and why it's going to benefit you if you want to kind of go further into the detail with deadlifts. And also, please feel free to subscribe to our channel, comment down below to ask us what movements you want us to fix for you and tell you that you need correction on, because we need to get a more informed world, and I need to know what you guys are afraid of doing in the gym or what's hurting you in the gym. So by all means, send us a message, comment below, email us, whatever it has to do. And as always guys, take it easy.